Today we speak about the fifth yama, which is called aparigraha, non-possessiveness, not being attached to things more than what is necessary. We have this habit of acquiring things for whatever reason. Maybe we fancy something, or sometimes we are worried about future, so we acquire more. Whenever we acquire more, it reflects our inability at some level to feel secure in the arms of our universe, to feel secure that I am always taken care of. Somewhere we want to be sure by ourselves, and we try to take and hold on to extra things. Aparigraha. Parigraha means to hold on to things, and aparigraha means not holding on to things. If have the habit of holding on to things, it can lead to being greedy, for wanting more and more. So letting go of that greed is what aparigraha is about. One of the aspects. We saw the primary yama is ahimsa, non-violence. And greed is violence to the self. When we speak about these things, they all have a material connotation, but they also have inner meaning for us, at the subtler level of our thoughts. And that is the foundation for our life. The earlier we realize that, the earlier we will be able to set our even material life, physical life better. So it is important to understand the nuances of what goes on whenever we do something, whenever something happens to us, and how we behave and why we behave. There is always an underlying reason or underlying principle which would lead us in a certain way. Even as simple as the word greed is self-harming. But on a physical plane, when we look, we are getting more of something. Whether it is wanted or unwanted, we are acquiring more of it. So how can it harm us? Every time you try to acquire more things, it basically tells you that you do not have the ability to get those things in future whenever you need it. You also lose the faith of the universe, faith in the universe to provide for you. So you are taking away these things. And that is violence at the subtler level. That is something we need to move away. We need to move into ahimsa. So always wanting to possess things to our basic minimum needs. generates this good feeling within that whenever I need something, I will get it. If you can develop that feeling, that belief system, it would give you tremendous amount of confidence in dealing with life. That alone would provide you with the peace and calmness that we are all looking for. Shanti will come when we do not have to be worried about things in future. We also in our life would have been subjected to ridicule, or people said something not so good about us, and it affected us. Maybe it created rifts in some relationships, and time moved on, but at some level we are still holding on to those incidents, what somebody said, what happened at some point of time. We are just holding on to it. The more we hold on to such things which affected us negatively, we are not allowing us to grow. We are putting a boundary around our growth field. If we want to grow, we should be having no limitedness around us. We should have the capacity to think unlimited. So learning to let go is aparigraha. Learning to take whatever is only required is aparigraha. And the third and most important thing is that when we do something, why do we do it? Do we have a hidden agenda of wanting other people's appreciation? You're doing good to somebody, but then after doing good, you are looking around to see if somebody noticed that you did something good. Are they saying something good about? It is as simple as you want to help the needy and you make food packets and you go and distribute it. And you feel great when you do that. It allows love, compassion and peace to come in your heart. But in the process, if you are also posting pictures of you distributing the food packets in the social media, and every now and then is trying to see how many likes are there. So then there was another agenda for you in giving food. No doubt it gave you happiness, but now you are looking for either the real happiness or extra happiness. That is aparigraha. That is parigraha, and that moving out of that is aparigraha. So we have to be very, very conscious of why we do certain things. If you really go within and delve deep to figure out why you gave food packets, was it just for the satisfaction of giving, or was it for getting appreciation from the world? It could also be that when you give the food packet, the person who is in need would receive it. And maybe there is gratefulness in his eyes. And you can see that. Does that give you joy? In the most subtler aspects of practicing aparigraha, when you do anything, it should not have a return benefit that you're looking for. if you are giving food, to see those gratefulness in the eyes of those who are receiving it from you, then again there is an agenda for you. If you really want to grow, if you really want to be who we truly are, those aspects are the most subtlest one. So the subtlest of subtlest feelings, emotions, are where we need to work on. Those are the areas where we really need to understand our own character, behavior. So let us work on this. Let us find out from our day-to-day affairs what is the hidden agenda behind when you try to do good to other people. Are we trying to get more than what is required? Are we holding on to old, maybe ancient resentments? All these things are not allowing us to progress. So let us learn to let go of this and become more and more naturally peaceful with it. On that note, let us welcome this morning with meditation. We meditate on our breath. We meditate on our normal and natural breath. So wherever you're sitting, clasp your hands, cross your feet, relax your body, and close your eyes. Let us go into a deep silence. Let us start observing our own precious, sacred breath. The normal breath, the natural breath, easy flowing, soft, tender breath. Be with your breath. Consciously observe. Watch the movement of your breath. From the tip of your nostrils all the way inward, all the way outward. inhalation, exhalation. In breath, out breath. Relax your body. Move away from body consciousness. Keenly observe everything about your breath. Each breath is important. Each inhalation, each exhalation. Do not go after thoughts. Bring your attention on the movement of your breath. Allow your breath to guide you. Guide you inward to the true you. To your core, to the space where you truly reside. Be with your breath. Observing the breath is the key. Constantly being aware of the movement of your breath. Each breath, every breath. Be with your breath. Enjoy the silence. Enjoy your own presence. Inhalation, exhalation. Be with your breath. Stay focused. Be with your breath. Stay focused. Last 2 minutes. One more minute. Last minute. Thirty seconds. Ten seconds. Be with your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay focused on your breath, moment to moment. 0. Take your time. No hurry. Whenever you are ready, you can slowly unclasp your hands. Keep it on your eyes for 5 seconds. Slowly, slowly come back. On that note, let us take the day forward. The task for you today is to keenly observe, keenly watch what you are thinking and why you do things on a day-to-day basis. Whenever something you are doing, find out what is your desire within, what is your agenda within. Be truthful to yourself and watch yourself. On that note, wishing you a very happy morning and a happy day ahead. I'll see you in the evening.